Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gen. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about NFTs and why I think you're making a massive mistake by not investing in them. Remember, nothing I say here is financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. Check my wallet out on Bank, and if you're interested in my services, the links are down below. Now, NFTs have a lot of negative stigma with them because just like with meme coins, any idiot can create an NFT collection. But the best NFT collections can actually make you a ton of money. And they do this in two different ways. The first way is through the airdrops and the potential whitelists and other benefits that you can get as holding an NFT. And the second is value accrual. So we'll first start with sort of airdrops and whitelists. The reality is you have to look at NFTs not just like digital art, but really as a membership to a specific community. And unlike meme coins, you can't buy fractions. I mean, ERC 404s or whatever kind of were hidden. They were a hit and a miss. So you need to actually own the NFT to be part of that community. And what happens there? Well, when they do launches, so in this case, Anime was just launched today. They announced that they were going to do an airdrop to the Azuki community, 37.5% of the supply to the early supporters of Azuki, so those who hold the NFT. Very similar to what happened with Pudgy Penguins. Now, this, of course, is a very specific NFT airdrop, but then you take a look at Wormhole. This is another example. They did airdrops to those who had the gods, Utes, bad kids, mad lads, and that speaks to the expansiveness of holding these collections. Because at the end of the day, when we think about making money and looking at airdrops, well, we want to hold the NFTs that have much more entrenched roots so that other projects are always looking to reward those communities. Those communities are seen as more like diamond holders and OGs in the space, bigger investors. And when projects are looking to give their tokens to these communities, they're looking for people who are more likely to hold. And what better than bigger accounts that wouldn't need to sell the airdrop to sort of change their life. So this is huge. Now, you're probably used to a website like CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap will list all of the tokens that exist in cryptocurrency or all the cryptocurrency tokens by market cap. But if you're looking to figure out what's good for NFTs, you go to a website like OpenSea. And the problem with OpenSea and other marketplaces is their incentive is not for you to invest appropriately, but rather to go in here and buy whatever has good volume or mint whatever tokens are available, because that's how they make money. They make money by you buying what's trendy, not by buying what's inherently valuable. And that's a huge mistake. So what I recommend always is looking at a website like NFT Price Floor. What it does is it lists the collections just like you saw with CoinMarketCap. This time NFT collections and their market cap. And as usual, it's basically the price times the supply. And when you look at over here, CryptoPunks is number one with a 1 billion market cap or 1.1 billion. Pudgy Penguins at half of that. And then Bored Ape right after. Looking at these websites will actually give you a better idea of what NFTs are better to hold, and they show you the price activity as well. So let's take a look at Pudgy Penguins. Pudgy Penguins, you can just see over here, vast amounts of price activity. You can see here, following the November 5th election, Pudgy Penguins sort of skyrocketed to about 20 ETH, and then you can see. Sorry, not the election, sorry. Basically, earlier on, as we started to bump up into the cycle here, we got a big peak. It then came down as the price of Ethereum and cryptocurrency and risk-on assets kind of came off. And then right here, right from the election around that time, We saw it go up all the way to 25 ETH. Obviously, part of this was also the Pengu drop and sort of the announcement. And then obviously holders sold. And then this is where I bought in at 19.6 ETH and I sold mine around 24 ETH a couple weeks later. But as you can see here, you got all this price data, which it's so hard to get elsewhere. It's so important. And what you want to do, and this is sort of the way I look at this, is when you're looking at NFTs, don't buy junk. So many people will come to me and go, Brown Jen, hey, this NFT is like 1/10 the price. Maybe I should just buy this one. Yeah, you can buy that, but maybe it's going to provide 100th or 1,000th the value. It's not a sort of, if something is $10, it doesn't have to give you $10 worth of value versus something that's $100 giving you $100 worth of value. They're very massively different, right? So something like Pudgy Penguins, if you had bought it at 14 ETH or even 15 or 18 ETH, it gave you $100,000, which was over 25 Ethereum worth of value at the time for the Pengu drop. Not just that, but it gets you other drops and other benefits as well. Most notably, Abstract is expected to provide a massive airdrop allocation to Penguin holders as well. So this is why when you're taking a look, you want to prioritize the best NFTs on each chain when possible. I look at Pudgy Penguins and CryptoPunks as the best two NFTs in Ethereum. If I had to pick between the two from an airdrop perspective, I look at Pudgy Penguins. They're just sort of more active. They've got a lot more innovation. Luca is actually more involved in things like Abstract and building a lot of networking. I mean, they've got their toys in stores. They're doing a lot more things to help out, whereas CryptoPunks is more of a rarity, more of an OG thing, and that's why they've held their price tag. So Pudgy Penguins would be my pick for Ethereum. That being said, you've also got Azuki, which is having the anime drop. You've also got the little Pudgies, and you've got things like Doodles and Milady Maker and other things like that. So tons of nice NFTs. You can always go and sort of sort by chain. So you click on Ethereum and all you see is the Ethereum NFTs. Conversely, I can now click on Base and see what's out there for Base. Let's take some time to load. But basically, while that's going on, I'll go on to what I believe is the alpha of this video, which is I believe Mad Lads is the most undervalued NFT that exists right now, sitting at a price of 71 SOL. Take a look back to our peak back earlier in 24, and that was 182 SOL, about 2.5x the price. Not just that, I showed you an example of Wormhole giving you the Mad Lads airdrop. There are a bunch of benefits I've gotten from Mad Lads. Most recently, I was given an allocation in the Solana SVM launch, and there are a bunch of tokens that are launching that continue to airdrop to Mad Lad holders. I truly believe, if you take anything away from this video, if you don't have a Mad Lads and you have the ability to buy one, I don't think you can go wrong with this. In fact, I bought my Mad Lads for 55 SOL about 20 days ago, and it's already gone up to 71 SOL right here. There is a sort of premium you have to pay on a bunch of exchanges, or not exchanges, but like Magic Eden and protocols like that. And what will happen is you will think the price is higher because you see it's like 79, but they just pad that as a sort of royalty, etc. One more thing I will say is if you are looking to buy an NFT, I like Magic Eden. You can also use OpenSea. OpenSea tends to charge worse fees. They do have an airdrop potentially that they keep trying to tease, but always take a look at what the highest offer is. So even though the floor is 75 SOL right now, right? 64 is how much the highest offer is. So you don't have to, if you don't have a specific NFT that you'd like to purchase, you can actually just make an offer better than this. In fact, I would probably go in, make an offer for like 67 SOL, see if anyone outbids me, and leave that there. And then maybe I'll get it at a big discount. I'll get a discount off the floor price. So definitely look at that. Some of these NFTs aren't as liquid, but when you look at the activity, people will still go and just click on buy on the floor because they just want to get one. But you can save about 10% if that opportunity exists. What I also look at, so that was Solana, right? So Solana is Mad Lads, Pudgy Penguins is Ethereum, and then Bitcoin Puppets is ordinal or Bitcoin. And this also has retraced a lot. It's a decent buy, not as great as Mad Lads because the number of airdrops and whitelists aren't as great for Bitcoin puppets, but it is a very good Bitcoin beta in my opinion. If you're looking at Celestia and Modular, you can't go wrong with Celestine slots. In fact, most recently they announced a new chain specifically for slots, and the price jumped. I bought mine for 5,500. Just let's take a look over here at this chart. I bought mine for 5,500, and it went up all the way to 8,000. I didn't sell it. It went down to 6,977. But it's just like with coins, except here you're betting on communities, right? This is my opinion, how I like to do it. Obviously, you need a lot more liquidity to be able to do this, but while you hold your tokens, you get all these extra benefits. In this case, the token being your NFT. It's your exclusive club pass. Now, you can always go and look where NFTs are oversold, especially the valuable ones, and then flip them when they go up. So you could have bought one for 5,500, sold it for 8K, made a quick 2,500 bucks in a couple days, and you're golden. This, by the way, so the second alpha of this video that I want you to take away is Bad Kids. Bad Kids is also an NFT collection that I believe is very undervalued, sitting at about $1,500. It's literally floored out. It's being sort of floored at this bottom right here. And I expect, even though the Cosmos ecosystem, which is what it is related to, has not done well in quite a bit of time, once we see a lot of Altmania, you're going to see the amount that this is worth go up drastically, both in the number of Atom that this will cost, as well as how much Atom is worth. And I find this much preferable to just buying and staking Atom. You'll get a lot more airdrops this way. So that's another thing to look at. So I went through a couple of these. You don't have to get NFTs on every chain because, that'll be a bit of a trap. But you can't go wrong buying some of the higher value NFTs. Now, there's a very good thread. I guess not even a thread. It's more of a long tweet. I'm not going to go through all of them because he put 65 in a single tweet format. But he talks about few NFTs and so many NFTs. This is Punk6529 talking about investing in NFTs for the long term. Basically, one of the main thesis here is that NFTs are some of the scarcest assets in the crypto universe, right? So basically, just taking a look at the amount of millionaires exist, they all aren't able to own one Bitcoin. But then, obviously that only means something if everyone wants to own a Bitcoin. So if you don't have demand, scarcity doesn't matter, right? Now, the thing is, we're looking at all that, but let's take a look at NFTs. Yes, you may think they're plentiful because any idiot can make one, but the ones that really are valued, the ones that so-called climb the metagame mountain, are unbelievably scarce. So in this case, he has impossibly rare. So that's about 3,000 NFTs with 100% certainty. These are the rare Pepes, a few historical NFTs, early important 1 out of 1 artists, early important generative art, the top CryptoPunks, a tiny number of editions. And then basically what happens is anytime you talk to anybody, there's not really a consensus on, once you get from the super rare NFTs to sort of like the top 100,000, we're really not sure. And that's sort of what he goes here for the ultra rare tier and others, right? So all CryptoPunks, that is all 10,000, are the best. And then the next 20,000 that are not punks, right? So you have to look at it from a perspective of if you've got a limited budget and you had to create a museum of the top 30,000 NFTs, what do those exist? Everyone has consensus. All the punks belong in there. But what about anything else? And as we keep going on, you start to realize that despite that, there are only a few NFTs from chains that are actually going to be worth a significant amount. And then at the end of the day, as people and more money comes to the space, they're going to be looking to own the rarest art. And that's why when I'm not going to go through all this, like I said, but you take a look at something like a CryptoPunk, even though right now it's like 35 ETH, right? You may think that's a ripoff because you don't really get any real airdrops. I mean, maybe you get some benefits. You get to go to some cool parties sometimes. Maybe you get like 1 or 2 airdrops or whatever. But the true value here is how much this can appreciate during one, bull market times, but also just consider what happens when the space is a lot more defined and you have the people with the most amount of money here. Everyone is going to want to own a piece of this. If crypto succeeds, if Ethereum lives and all of that, right? If this happens, these will be the rarest NFTs. These will be impossible to get. This is why I have a goal to buy one of these, because you will literally not be able to get one in the future. Now, does that mean you won't be able to get a dip on these right now? No, definitely you probably will be, but there will come a time where these are impossibly hard to get. Maybe they'll cost millions of dollars. I don't really know, but it's definitely something you want to consider. So if you take anything away from this video, I want to go back to this, which is don't be sleeping on NFTs. A lot of you are okay gambling on meme coins, buying altcoins, buying $5,000 of Pepe or whatever, but you could just as easily put $5,000 into a quality NFT. So in this case, it would have been a Celestine Sloth. You could, pony up the $15,000 or $18,000 for a Mad Lads. I believe it's a Pudgy Penguin is just too much money right now, right? If we take a look over here, let's just go back to this and just take a look again. Pudgy Penguins being at 70,000 US dollars, Bored Apes at 45K, Zuki at 41, but they're truly much more safer investments than a lot of the other garbage. The one other thing I will flag is you don't want to buy NFTs after they've spiked because of an airdrop speculation. So right now, Azukis have likely started to price in that potential airdrop. There's a lot more risk involved there. Whereas Pudgy Penguins, a lot of sort of that gas from Pengu airdrop has been taken out. So that's a lot more safer buy. Also, like I said, if I could only buy one NFT right now, if you said, hey, you can only buy one NFT, you got unlimited budget, and you're looking for the best opportunity in the next 2-3 months, I would say that's Mad Lads. So guys, please don't listen to stupid people out there who will tell you NFTs are scams. They don't know anything. They're going to continue to not help you make money. These have made me a lot of money, both in flipping NFTs, the airdrop and whitelist accumulation I've gotten. Like I said, there's many more NFT projects like Kongs and Premier Ninjas on Injective, tons of different communities. As always, I like to invest in the biggest communities first, and that means something like Mad Labs, Pudgy Penguins, etc., where I get the most benefits and the most volume is going to be there to appreciate those NFTs for me to sell in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Does me a huge favor. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.